Are you from the ancient empire? Maybe you know my mum. Helene. She served the bailiff of the House of Law. She died when the Void Woken came.
Suddenly, the child's face crinkles into a grimace. She seems on the verge of sobbing when her face suddenly goes still and blank. She smiles at you and continues her game.
Ah, my friend. What do you need?
I am glad to see you. You fill me with peace. Ah, you help him. Your open heart surprises even me. You bless me.
This looks like the crate I'm after. But where are the contents?
Just as you're about to address the lizard, the Red Prince bars you with an outstretched arm.
This man is a dreamer. As you know, I need a word with him. You may wait here while I speak. Permission indeed.
He bids the dreamer stand up and pay attention, which he does in a groveling and awkward manner. The dreamer then chews and swallows a handful of Drudene leaves before slipping into a trance-like state. He falls asleep. To your surprise, the Red Prince lies down and follows suit. After about half an hour, they wake up and begin to discuss what they saw in their dreams. The Red Prince pinches the bridge of his nose in apparent irritation before turning his back on the jabbering dreamer. You receive a withering glance in response.
A deserved bit of sarcasm, I suppose. But though this sting-tailed fellow may be a less than stellar specimen in the firmament of dreamers, the dreams themselves prove to be quite elucidating. Turns out I'm being hunted by an enemy I didn't know actually existed. The myth-shrouded House of Shadows. The dreamers, though, they're on my side, and they've visions of me on the throne. Of course it is. I was born with the promise of an empire, and that promise will be kept. But But to keep it, I must find a second dreamer. A greater one. A more experienced traveler of the dream world. Bahara is her name, and she resides in the swamplands east of the fort. So, let us make our escape and venture there post-haste.
You know, I could tell you all about swamp dreamers too if I chewed that much Druidany.
Oh, do hold your prickly tongue.
As you're about to approach the lizard, Sabine cups your chin between thumb and index finger, then guides your eyes to hers.
Listen, I need to have a chat with this here morsel of flesh. He has wronged me once, but may just do right by me this time.
To your surprise, Sabine proceeds to throttle the unsuspecting lizard with one hand as she drives the tip of her needle into his lower belly with the other. Then, the questions commence. You hear him yelp about the Master, lone wolves, and a man called Griff. Then, quite suddenly, there's blood everywhere as Stingtail falls to the ground, face first into his own intestines. Sabine heaves a sigh of satisfaction, and as she wipes her needle clean, shoots you a cursory look.
Chat's over.
Demon elf, how dare you strike down a dreamer?
Suchan, something on your mind? It's simple. He scarred me, so I scarred him. Extensively.
She defies you with devilishly innocent eyes.
Can you blame me? There it is. I was wondering when your spine would make an appearance. Anyway, what's dead is done, so let's move on, shall we? Despite my high hopes, this scar disfigures me still. The search for the Master continues, of course. Hungry work, the hunt. And you know what? I'm feeling a bit peckish. Stingtail mentioned a cook, as it happens. A fellow named Griff. 2 birds, 1 stone. How about it?
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey.
Will source change back? What if there are no sources? Yet so quickly, we find sources so dangerous. I'll be with you soon, love.
You are ever sodden, ever sandy. The smell of guts and sea waste cling to you like a ghost. You sought freedom, the life of a seaman, but you didn't find it. Early memories are overshadowed by a terrifying death, a tempest of teeth, scales, and snarls. You never imagined it would end like this. Looking around Fort Joy, you feel excited. A new environment to explore, new people to meet, new challenges to overcome. Who knows what could happen here?
Hey, Snake Face! What you heard about a crate of stolen supplies? And don't you lie to me now. Empty? Who gives a goblin's ass? The point is to get back the supplies inside. Come on, noggin thirsty.
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves did mean so much.
If I did, I wouldn't give 'em up to you. Griff sent me, not you.
Don't tell anyone where you got this, eh?
Yeah. Watch yourself.
Oh, hey! Hey! I thought you might be Emmy.
I am glad to see you. You fill me with peace. Yes, please ask. I feel him, but I do not see him.
I've spotted something. Almost there.
Back. And you brought... But who's this?
Wither, this is my new friend. She's really smart. You'll like her a lot.
Please, small child.
Leave me to my ruminations.
But she's really nice. And tall. Maybe she can even help you with that thing.
Why? A grown friend? You brought an adult here? Good gods. Can it be? Can it be? A lizard? Why, I never thought I'd see the day. Do you understand me, madam? Oh, I dare say I ought to enunciate. Can you help me? 700 years. Can it have been so long already? Gods, how the time flies. I haven't seen a living soul in all that time. What a strange notion. A wicked king it was, Brachus Rex by name. The Order of the Source Hunters discovered a great horror upon this prison isle, and I was sent to stop it. Yet my failure was absolute. I am not fit to bear the insignia of the Source Hunters any longer. Please, good lady, you must free me. Prise this spear from my chest, where it has been stuck fast for the last 1,000 years. Seize the spear. End this degradation. I beg you.
Oh, it's stuck fast.
Quite right. Do seek my counsel. I highly recommend it. I got it.
Good sir. You have set my body free. Free to crumble to dust at last. But my spirit... Blast! I remain trapped in this mouldering skeleton yet. I have heard of such magic, but have never known anyone so foul as to employ it. Brachus Rex. May maggots lace his entrails. After he interred me in this cell, he must have drawn my very soul away from me and stored it elsewhere in the fort. Thus he has bound me entirely to the mundane realm. But I know this place well. I could lead you to its likely location. In turn, you would find a path straight out of this fort. My freedom for yours. What say you? Marvelous, my friend. Marvelous. You'll first have to get inside the fort itself. There's a secret switch on a statue of the Seven in the courtyard. Surely you know it. The switch will open a hatch, and you'll be led into the prison's main floor. I suspect that within Brachus's phylactery room, you will find the container which ensnares my soul. He has likely disguised it well, but search there for another hidden switch. Brachus would have made me a supplicant, a slave to these walls. With your help, I'll die. At last. With dignity. Fort Joy is a dangerous place, my friend. Dangerous indeed. Brachus used this place to build an arsenal of terrible weaponry as yet unseen in our world. Here, he and his researchers crafted punishments and snares contrary to human dignity. Objects that could contain souls, wands that could purge the very essence from sorcerers. My order would never have used such barbaric magic against our enemies. I was fully briefed about this awful place before I came. My goal was to destroy the fiend who had been marshalling the world's most unwholesome weapons and magic into an army he intended to use against the realm. I never thought I would become one of his victims, and yet, here I am.
Wither is free! Now he can be happy! Now he can get out! You're right. You are really strong. Like a hero. And here, take this. It'll show you how to find my secret fort. And my treasure chest. So here's your last quest. If you can find a way up, you can have my treasure.
This hole is too small for you to squeeze into.
I know they help.
Hallowed is the house of war. Hallowed is the house of war.
Davos!
The guard tugs at his collar nervously, and his face takes on a definite crimson hue. He kicks his boots in the dust, desperately trying to look anywhere but at you.
Move, now! Move, move, move!
The Magister stares at the ground, unaware of your presence. With a start, she looks up and realizes someone is standing right beside her. Her eyes meet yours. She doesn't blink.
When a black cat crosses your path, how bad is it if they die on it?
The Divine is dead. The Bishop is all we have left. What arrogance. I shouldn't be surprised. The hubris of your people is why we're in this mess in the first place. Pray a Divine ascends, or you'll have been the end of us.
Her voice trails to silence, and she resumes staring at the ground, lost deeply in thought.
I do wish Alexander would ascend sooner rather than later. They say his powers are not developing as they should. They blame the Voidwoken. But we need his powers to develop so that he may banish the Voidwoken. It's quite the pickle. I put my faith in the bishop. Reminds me of his father. And what he said has been true. Wherever there are sorcerers, Voidwoken strike. Oh, yes. Only a week or two before, well, you know. I wanted to serve him more than anything. But who didn't then? He was driving the Black Ring back, soon to rout them entirely.
Hey, you're a little light in your pack, ain't you, girl? Who could blame you with the garbage they got for sale round here? Why don't you take a gander at the goodies I got? Stuff you won't find anywhere else in camp. Procured by special means. Boss don't mind where the gold comes from, long as he gets his cut. Have a look, why don't you? Your cash is plenty good here. Let's just say folks leave here, but they don't seem to take their effects. Maybe I happen to know where everything ends up. Fella in that cage is the thief. Stashed the oranges somewhere before he was caught. If you believe that.
Ain't fit for beasts.
Sure do. Ask me, it'd have to be one of those sad sacks that's always hanging around Griff looking for favours.
She darts her tongue out of her mouth like a snake.
Some folks, and some reptiles, will do anything to get his attention. I see plenty of liars in my line of work. Snakes, weasels, worms. That fella's square as a pavestone. If he's the thief, I'll eat my boots. Sure do. Ask me, it'd have to be one of those sad sacks that's always hanging around Griff looking for favours.
She darts her tongue out of her mouth.
Some folks, and some reptiles, will do anything to get his attention. I see plenty of liars in my line of work. Snakes, weasels, worms. That fella's, it's all in the eyes. Joy lives in the eyes, sometimes way in the back, but it's there all the same. Liars ain't a joyful bunch. Sure you don't want to have a look at my stock before you go? I was serious about what I said. Everything in my pack's been got by special means.
Ain't fit for beasts. Ain't fit for beasts. When am another divine
Ain't fit for beasts.
will source change back? What if there are no sources? Yet so quickly we find source so dangerous. What in his death caused it? So the void-woken are attracted to source. But why? When another divine arises, will source change back? What if there are no sources?
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't eat so much.
If a magister finds this on you, you forget my name here.
Keep it down, will you?
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey.
What's going on?
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't eat so much.
Hey, I heard about you. Had a go in the arena, didn't ya? So, how'd it go? Don't get too chuffed now. Long way to go yet. Did you speak to the burnished one? You oughta. I don't think that's the last you'll be seeing of him. There are those of us who believe he's the key to ending all this mess. The Order, the Void-Woken, all of it.
Still on your feet, eh? Glad to hear it. Feel free to take a gander at the stock, if you're so inclined.
Worse than war rations, please.
What do you want now? Make it quick. If Boss trusts you to find something for him, you better not disappoint him. You won't like him when he's disappointed. Watch yourself.
We find source so dangerous. So the void-woken are attracted to source. But why? When another divine arises, will source change back? What if there are no sources?
Mind your manners, please.
Sibyl gently places a hand on the small of your bag. Her mouth reaches your ear with a whisper.
Let me have a word with the gentleman, would you? I've a little clue to follow up on.
Sibyl steps forward and asks Griff the cook about the lone wolves. A dead little birdie told her he's the man to talk to. A little back and forth ensues. Money crosses hands, and before you know it, Sibyl stands back beside you, all smiles.
Thank you. We should make good on our escape, you know. I have to see a man about a wolf in the Hollow Marshes. Naught but a whelp in skillful hands, I'm sure. Zalaskar's his name. A name for the taking, if it comes to that.
I got that special shipment you was asking after.
Everything there? Good.
Ain't fit for beasts.
There is no shame in loss. We will yet reveal the one.
The cat's eyes are clouded and...
Hallowed is the house of war.
Ain't fit for beasts.
Griff glances from his blade to you and back again. Griff tears into one of the oranges with both hands. Juice squirts through his hands as he desperately rips through the rind.
Looks like everything's accounted for. Now the important question. Who's the thief?
I've got that special shipment he was asking after.
He raises an eyebrow.
Looks like someone did my job for me. Your guy's free to go. He should be fine. Eventually.
Take your coin then.
It is done.
For beasts.
And quickly. I thank you. I hold my end of the bargain. I show you the way out. But I have something more to ask of you. Sahela, she is everything. A ruler, a seer, a knower, a child. She cannot be lost here. It is for all our people, for the world. Give me your map. I show you the way out. A secret, dangerous, but it leads to freedom. I give you this amulet. You must pass it to the elves who still remain. Tell them Sahela is here. They will send help. Please. She is important. I go to her. I wish you good luck, and I thank you for us all.
The divine himself, Lucian. Shrine's turned into a memorial, it seems.
The shrine depicts Lucian the Divine, avatar of the 7 gods. You hear a strange sound, like rusted hinges creaking and air rushing through a tunnel. A hatch appears behind the shrine.
Shrine, by the looks of it.
He has spoken. Lucian has spoken. The eternal prayer. It worked.